Hello, people of the internet. First, let me wave at y'all. And now, let me introduce you. So, we're here at the Crown server, which is my old kind of server. And before we begin, I kind of pranked someone. I've been a naughty boy. I pranked someone. Yeah. So, I'll show you that footage first, and then we'll get started in this area. So, I'll see you then. Hello and welcome. So today we are not actually on the Suburbia server, we are on the Crown server, which is my old server, or my non-YouTube server, and Diedrich, one of whom I'm standing on his build now, and he was complaining a little. He was telling me that I should come back and that I didn't spend enough time on here, so he was teasing me a bit, so let's show him that we still got it. Let's show him that we are still here. So, he likes creepers. This is in fact a charged creeper farm, as you can see. And we are going to build a ginormous creeper up here. Well, I say ginormous, but it's going to be about 10 wide. But it's going to be looming over here, and I need to do it quite quickly because I have no idea when he will be coming back. So I'll get started on that and I'll keep you posted. So here's our progress so far. We've got our little leg set up. It's not 3D yet, but as you can see, it's already starting to look kind of like a creeper. Do keep in mind that these wool blocks will of course be textured for him, because I'm using a texture pack that removes that. So yeah, we made some progress and we'll be making some more. This will be 3D, this will go up a few blocks, quite a few blocks, and I'm going to texture it all, and hopefully I can do it before he gets back, so I'd better get to it. And here we go. So the front legs are now completely complete. Completely complete. They are now complete. They're finished up. All done and dusted. And they are looking good. At least I think they're looking good. So what's up next is we're going to build the back legs. And I'm thinking that I will do those in a progress update as well, and then to limit the kind of progress updates I'm doing, I'm going to just do the rest in a time lapse. I think, maybe, if I've got enough room on my hard drive. So, yeah, progress! So, here I am standing on the second lag. It is all done and dusted. If we jump down here, see the bottom is filled up. I'm kind of want to remove those sides, but kind of don't. Doesn't really matter to me because the bottom won't be reviewed that much. But the top is filled, the sides are filled, the back is filled. It's all a nice 3D model of the legs. And next up will be the rump, or I'm lagging a bit, will be the middle section of the creeper. Like that kind of section. I'm thinking that those kind of streaks that run across its body, I'm gonna have some trouble with that, so I guess I'm going to just use a randomized texture like that, and then maybe, if possible, just do a little bit of actual texturing on those lines. So that's the plan for now, and I will be doing that in a third person time lapse, so you'll get to enjoy me falling down. Fun! Today I want to talk about something slightly more serious and down to earth, namely education. I myself am still in high school and I'm preparing to go to uni. Now, I've never really fit in the normal sort of educational system, which is why I eventually dropped out of high school and started studying on my own. I used to get asked about that decision a lot, not because people doubted it, but because kids around me felt that it was like the good life, being able to make your own hours, studying when you want to, etc. But whenever I've been asked for advice, I've always said that if at all possible, you should go to school instead of studying at home. Not only are you surrounded by your peers, but in most cases, you get everything you have to learn handed to you on a silver platter. There's structure to help you with committing to the work you need to do, and safety net should something go wrong. I didn't have that at all. And though I stand by the choice to drop out, I do realize that it has probably cost me a year. Which leads us to the concept of motivation. I feel like over the years, my motivation has been remarkably small. I've never really cared too much about the ramifications of my laziness, and contrary to what your parents might tell you, that is fine. No one is perfect, and though you should always strive to be a better self tomorrow than you are today, it is important to accept the fact that you will make mistakes and to know that many of them don't actually matter. Like I said in the last episode, I am a strong believer in constant self improvement, and I will stand by those words. In order to keep improving oneself, however, one first has to accept and admit to one's shortcomings, which is not an easy thing to do and often causes a not insignificant amount of hurt, of pain. But that is when you have to believe that you're worth that pain and that hurt. Education is something I've always valued greatly, and it has always been clear to me that there are many, many, many more ways to be educated than can ever be achieved by schooling. Rich vocabulary and proper grammar will always get me into mood for a conversation with a stranger, and there is no denying its importance in be it in business or in school or professional, but even personal, like your relationship with other people. And that's something I value, but it may not apply to you. It may not be something you value. And as I realize that most of my viewers are probably youngsters, I feel the urge to make a disclaimer, namely, I do not condone people stopping with their schooling. In fact, I applaud those who strive to be academically educated. What I am saying, however, is that though school is important, your finals are never final. They are a fraction of your life, and they won't prepare you for the biggest test, which is finding your place in this world. Regardless of how old or young you are, you can think back half your life and consider the problems you were facing then. And now ask yourself how many of those problems are still of significance? How many of those actually matter? Get a proper education, yes, but realize that there's so much more to learn and to enjoy and to achieve than just academic excellence. Learn as much as you can, because with everything you learn, you broaden your horizon to a greater understanding and, at least for me, enjoyment of the world around you. So get educated and value the things you value and be educated in those values, because in the end, those are the only ones that really matter. So, welcome back, and you are probably wondering what this area kind of is. And I have got a huge, massively efficient tree farm on this server, and I've got a hopper line running from the running from the tree farm all the way to here, and well, you can see it running there into this sorting system, and this will be my kind of my kind of tree shop area. So I've been thinking long and hard about what sort of design I wanted here, and it's all difficult. You know how that is when you just don't have any inspiration. But then I called someone in here, and well, most of his ideas were trash, quite quite honestly. Um, but they did inspire me and give me like sort of good idea. So I dug something out, and we will be using that space. We might be expanding it, but it will definitely be fun and hopefully look good. Not God, look good when we get back. So I'm first going to put some grass down here. And I'm wondering how many of you can guess by just that what I'm going to do. So leave a comment, please, and I'm curious to see how many of you get it right. So I'll start work on the grass, like I said, and once that's in, I'll see what the next part of the thingy majig is going to be. Yeah. So welcome back. As you may or may not remember, I was going to put some grass in here, and I did. I was going to put some grass in here, and next up is maybe finishing it up. I'm not sure how high the roof should be. I may need to do a little bit of research in order to find that out. But I'm thinking that there's going to be some stained glass there. In fact, I can probably add that right now here on camera. Make sure I don't make any mistakes so that people won't laugh at me and make me sad. And almost done. Like so. That might become clear glass. But there will be a wall here and here and here and here and here. And I'm not sure what to make that wall of. It's really quite difficult. So I'm going to do a little bit of designing. I'm not quite sure if I want to keep that kind of netherrack background or whether I'll make an actual wall of it. But I guess I'll figure that out as we go, and next time I see you, I hope to have made some progress, maybe planted some trees or something. Because that is the idea. So if you guessed a tree, then you are correct. I'm going to place a spruce tree, a jungle tree, an acacia tree, a birch tree, and an oak tree right here in these little things where you can look at them, which I think will be quite cool. Maybe I'll lower this a bit. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know if it works, but we can try that. So I'm gonna try that. Actually, I'll try that on camera. Mine out these 2 blocks. There we go. Glass, glass, and that's sad. Does look kind of cool. No, 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 no. I'm going to fill this up as it should be. But I'm not going to use that. Now I think of it. I'm going to use logs. BRB! So here's the first tree in. I had to dig out a little further to get it all to fit, so this ceiling is going to go up a bit as well. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that with like the windows, and it does kind of move on to here, so I'm kind of worried about the acacia here. So I guess that's the tree I'm going to build next, and I think that I'll have to do that a few times, but that's alright. I also moved the tree back a little bit, just to make it not appear much too big. And in addition, I will move the room itself back a bit as well, and that should look all good. I think that in the corners of each of these little segments I'm making bit of a haystack in the back, and I might just keep it open, like put 1 or 2 blocks here, and allow people to look through it. So that's an idea, and I'm going to work on that idea now. So we've got all our trees planted. It was painful, quite a lot so, and I just noticed there is more work to do. I think that I'm just not going to plant a new one here and going to like transfer that acacia branch onto this side, like let it push over there or something, because I do not want it to mess with the jungle leaves, even though it does, so I need to fix that manually, and that's gonna be a pain. Anyway, I'm thinking that this looks pretty good, and I'm so happy with it. I just need to up this roof a little bit so you can look upwards a little more, and then I think I'll add a nice wooden little ceiling with some lighting. I'm thinking redstone lamps instead of glowstone or something like that, and then add some decorational parts, and then it'll look even better. I'm still thinking about what to do with this tunnel. It's a little hard. I know I wanted to get in here, so it'll probably be like a 3x3 or 5x5 kind of thing, but I'm still not quite sure. As you can see, I do have plenty of wood to sell in this little shop of mine. Which reminds me, I think that next episode, not this one, we are going to build a coin, do some pixel art. I'm not sure if it's possible, but I'm definitely going to try, because at the hub we've got like 2 levels, and one is rather tiny, and then there's the level this is on, which has a huge clearing, like it's insane for tunnels. And I'm thinking that it might be good for some design right there, but it's, on the other hand, it is kind of small, isn't it? So we'll see what we can do there. Maybe we'll just like make a log in the middle of there, so that everyone knows that's the way to go for their logs, and we earn stacks upon stacks of diamonds. So for those of you who don't know, I'm not sure if I showed this already, but this is our hub, and I love it. Recently we kind of ran out of space. All those cobwebs are past members, because this world will never ever be reset. And at first I was kind of skeptical, but it works out, and it's all good and brilliant, really. So here we've got the bottom layer with a kind of amazing stairway system, which looks, well, amazing. So it kind of reminds me of that painter. I can't recall his name off the top of my head, but I love his work, and I also love this. And the end rods is a nice little feature. Actually, it was my idea to point them that way. Initially they were turned upside down, which I didn't really like, but this way they kind of flow a little more. So yeah, that's that. And I'll actually show you towards my base, not that one. It's this one. It still needs a tunnel, sadly. But I don't really have ideas. But my base is just around the corner. Take number 3. That's right. I failed 2 times because I ran clean out of this space and didn't notice it. But finally, we've got the tour of our base. My base, your base, our base. So we've got a little enchanting area. It's a mess, I know. It's a mess because I never had to record on air, so I never really had the urge to clean it all up yet. So I've got a little nano farm to grow my wheat for my cows to get my meat and all that kind of good stuff. And then I've got my potato and carrot farm, and I've got a little manual sorting system over here with a chandelier. If you'd like to know who designed this chandelier, because it wasn't me, or actually it was me, but it was inspired by someone else, and well, I'll send you the link if you ask for it in the comments. And here is my sugarcane and my melon farm, which is broken because 1.9, and yeah. So here's my storage for my farms, and I really like this wall design. It's like there's something going on, and it's vibrant, but it isn't distracting. So I kind of like it. Busy yet not distracting. And it's simple. I always like simplistic designs. So we've got a library on the right hand side over here with one librarian, would you believe it? And this is also not finished at all. And there's my one librarian. But this will extend further, and I'm not going to spoil that because I might make a future episode out of it. So all that's left to show you on this really quick and hasty tour is my horse breeding facility, which is just getting started. There's nothing fancy in here. And the redstone behind there is a mess for measuring the horses. Because I was stubborn and I want the lights there. Hello, you're not supposed to be here. Yeah. There we go. Eat a piece of steak. This was actually the first time I designed something in this sort of woody style, and I still need to add some things to make it look a little older, some vines, some leaves, those kinds of things. But I'm really pleased with how it turned out, and I love these sea lanterns on the grass. At first I wasn't too sure, but I love how it gives it like a futuristic look, almost as if I'm in some sort of spaceship where they're breeding horses and have like freakishly healthy grass, and that's all cool. But sadly, oh, this is going to be a hallway. Sadly, I am going to have to stop this episode right here because I'm all out of time. I would have loved to continue some more. And I'll see you next episode. Maybe on the Crown server, maybe on Suburbia. But either way, we will have some fun. See you later. Sorry, what you saying? I can't hear you. Please like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. Bye. This was Luis.